Well, as you can see, we've had the utility companies come out and mark. We've got our gas line going underneath the driveway down by the street. And we also have our two main electrical lines coming in here. You can see going right underneath the main driveway is our main electrical line going to the house. We'll have to be very careful when we break out the driveway and do our excavation that we hand dig around these areas.
Guys, we're going to start off first doing the layout on the project. What we'll need to do is we'll need to create a parallel reference line to this garage slab. So let's take a measurement at 2 points off of this garage slab. Let's take a number like 2 feet.
Okay.
So we'll measure a 2-foot point here and a 2-foot point here.
And then we'll run a chalk line across.
Yeah, run a chalk line all the way through.
Okay. And I'll take it. All right. Keep going to the edge of the asphalt. Good. Good.
Okay, the next thing we need to do is we need to create a perpendicular line off of this parallel line that extends down to the driveway from which we can measure the edge of pavement on both sides. So we can pick any point here, just an arbitrary point in the middle. All right, that's good.
Keep it up. When extending a chalk line on a surface that has contours, make sure to overlap the existing chalk line by 30 to 50% to maintain accuracy. Okay. An alternative method to create a more accurate perpendicular reference line for long distances is by using two tape measures. Pick a center point at the garage and measure out 2 points of equal distance. From these 2 points, we've measured out 20 feet. Where the measurement arcs intersect is the center point. Use the center point on the garage and the driveway to snap the perpendicular reference line.
Okay, now according to our plan, our edge of pavement is going to end right in the middle of this pillar. So the first thing we need to do is we need to take a measure of the width of this pillar.
Look at 30.
30? Okay, so we'll make a mark, the midway point. And then what we'll do is we'll take a measurement from that center reference line to the point that I just made the mark at. What do you got?
82 and a quarter.
182 and a quarter? Okay. Now what we can do is we can transfer that measurement of 182 and a quarter all the way down according to that center reference line. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, according to the plan, our edge of pavement is going to go to the end of that pillar. So what we need to do is take a measurement now from that center reference line approximately to where the end of that pillar is. I have 195 inches. So we'll go ahead and make a mark. Now we have to do our layout for this edge of the driveway. We know we're going to have a slight flare right at the edge here, so let's go up approximately 4 feet or so to this point. Now if we look, we want to somewhat improve the usability of this driveway and make it a little bit better. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how far out we can bring this driveway, but we have a couple of obstacles we have to deal with. So Jim, you want to stand right here? Okay, now if I walk to where we made our mark for edge of pavement, okay, you can look, if I stand right here so that our edge of driveway is right along this line. We're going to run into an obstacle here. We have a valve box in the ground. We have to take this into account and make sure that we can get proper base extension and that we can have our edging here. So we're going to want our edge of pavement to be approximately somewhere around this point, approximately 8 inches away from the valve box. Now I'm going to walk to the point that we've already marked out here. And let's see if we can fall right over that mark I just put outside of the valve box. So right about at this point, if we put our edge of pavement here, we're going to better the usability of this driveway, allow for a little more wider swing from the cars, and we'll also increase the driveway size a little. So let's go ahead and make some marks on this line. Let's go ahead and mark where that break line is going to occur in the driveway right now. Happens approximately 21 feet 3 inches from the garage slab. All right. Okay, you can make a mark. After looking at our layout, what we need to do is we're going to adjust this slightly from the plan in order to more follow the job site and the slope that we're given on this driveway. So Jim, what we'll do is we'll bring that break point approximately 10 feet off of the sidewalk. So let's go ahead and measure 10 feet off the sidewalk. Okay? And what we'll do is we'll create this break point so it more follows the slope of the driveway.
We used the architect's drawing to lay out our project. When we laid out the break point according to the drawing, we found that it did not follow the existing elevations. In order to follow existing elevations, we moved the break point. This allows for better drainage and more naturally follows the existing elevations.
At this point now, we have our edge of pavement marked on both sides. What we need to do is put our grade stakes down. The distance from your edge of pavement to where you place the grade stake is pretty important. What we're going to do is we know that we're going to put 10 inches of base under this system, so we're going to have a 10-inch base extension beyond the edge of pavement. The typical rule of thumb is your grade stake is going to be put in 1 foot or 12 inches beyond your base extension. So that's going to give us a total distance of 22 inches outside of our marks that we just put in. Where we're going to put these, we don't just randomly put these anywhere though. We're going to put one on each side of the break that we've created in the driveway. We're going to put one at the top of the driveway and one on the bottom.
So now we have our fixed elevations up here at the garage slab, down here at the curb on the street, and then as well as our steps over here. Okay, well in this case for the water runoff, we've got excellent slope and pitch going across the driveway here, so the water should run off nicely. We adjusted our break point in the pavement to accommodate the layout here. If we didn't have good water drainage, we may have to do a crown or a swale in the pavement, but that won't be necessary on this project.